Oh, it looks like Ruben's guest just got here.
Hey, we got a new guest, guys. We're all about to meet this gentleman for the first time. And he's a Chicago comedian from North Carolina, if I'm not mistaken. Introducing everybody.
We'll let Ruben introduce him.
Jesus Christ. No, play. Zako Ryan. What up, Zach? Nice to meet you, brother. My name is Los.
What's going on, brother?
Have a seat, man. Have a seat. So it's tradition here.
Yeah, we do.
It's tradition to take a shot of whiskey when you. No. We're gonna give it to him in a full cup, not even a shot glass, a full fucking cup. Let's never show his face. Have him just stand.
Let's
never show his face.
Sound fantastic.
The only one you're not gonna hear as good as Carlos, but you should be able to still hear him.
Why they play you like that, Carlos?
Bro, I don't know, man. I just
This is
started.
crazy. Carlos don't even have headphones?
All of a sudden,
He refuses to have
I
it.
never
refuses
go for
it,
that.
yeah. Carlos wasn't even supposed to be here. You just found him on the street.
No, bro, bro,
Get in
I
here.
literally
We
just
got 3 seats on the couch,
No,
Carlos.
Carlos was backup in case you couldn't make it.
Yo, that's fair, too. I be canceling like a motherfucker.
Oh, I appreciate you even more, dog.
It's nice to have stand-ins.
Dude, what's up, man?
How's that
Nice
drive
to meet you,
going,
man. Welcome to headquarters,
Chilling.
Chicago.
Thank y'all for having me here. This is cool. You can come here and get a full court game of basketball in, get your hair cut, and triple shots at Moet.
Literally, dude.
This is the most expensive liquor bottles I've ever seen in my life. And do y'all do the thing where there is no liquor in that expensive ass?
No, there is.
There is?
Yes, there is.
Oh, you don't do the thing. Oh, if I walk in, let me tell you something. If I'm going on a date with a girl, right, and I walk into her house and she's got that bottle on her fucking counter, I'm out, bro. I'm out. I'm out. I buy PBRs and that's it, dude. What's the liquor called in there?
Which one are you pointing at exactly?
The big blue and white one.
That's the Azul, Casa Azul.
Azul, Casa Azul.
You want a shot of that?
I would love a shot of that.
Ooh, Ricky?
But
Ricky?
ladies, I'm letting you know, I don't know where the camera's at.
Oh, so your camera
But
is...
if you want any shot at Zako Ryan, and you got some Casa Azul, put it in the cabinet. Don't let me see it. Kaze, I'm fucking out of here.
Why?
Expensive bitches, bro. What are you talking about? My theory, there's no theory, it's facts. It's scientific
Oh
fact.
God, bro.
Because if you like the taste, it doesn't need to be your centerpiece on your table,
No, real
motherfucker.
shit.
I've dated girls before where she had that on the center table with a fucking rose hanging out of it, talking about, no, there's still liquor in there.
Oh yeah, no, but that's the decorations for them, bro. They done spent 120
Flowers.
on it. They gonna keep it around for a while.
Bro, it'd be a cold day in hell. I spent $120 on some liquor, dude. I go to Trader Joe's and I get them $3 hollers. You know what those are?
Hey, you know what's crazy? It'd be the cheap shit that gets you
Look,
fucked
this
up.
is
Hit
it.
the bell,
Hit the
bro.
bell.
This is
you know
it.
about the bell, right?
You gotta hit the bell.
Oh, yeah. How do I do it again?
So pretend like you're hitting it from the back and you just got to slap it just right. Because some people don't know how to do it. Some people just hit it too hard. It got to be that.
This is what I do. I walk into
Yes,
her apartment
sir.
and I go, Kaze Azul, I'm out. I'm out.
Hell yeah.
Oh, dude.
Thank you, man. This is
I don't know
awesome.
how much is left in there, but shit.
No, this place is beautiful, dude. It's a nice, cool digs, dude. So I'm just going to drink this from the bottle, huh?
Oh, we got the
Did
shot.
they give you a shot glass?
You
Yeah,
got
right
your-
here, right here, bro.
Oh,
Give you the whole bottle.
What up, everybody? We are in the cut. What episode are we on, Los?
bro, this bottle's empty as fuck, motherfucker. Hey, y'all ain't shit for this. Y'all ain't shit for this. Ricky, I'm out of here.
Ricky, who's been drinking my shit?
Ricky.
Ricky, you been drinking this shit, bro?
That's why they shot you in the back, Ricky, because you pour shots like this. Ricky. Run, Ricky.
Okay, take it. Take that little sip.
Oh, man, we're getting crazy tonight.
Hey, get him. Can you get him a Modelo, bro? We gotta make it up for that.
Yeah, you got to get it.
Bro, it's so funny because when I walked in here, the first thing I said was, people have these expensive bottles with no liquor in there. Is there liquor in there? And he said, hell yeah, it's liquor in there. What fucking establishment you think you're coming into? There is no liquor
Literally.
in this bottle.
Man, someone's getting fired. Just know that, bro. Someone's getting fired today.
Hey, there's cameras right there, bro. We gotta find out who was drinking.
Someone's going to get fired tonight.
Already, this is already my favorite podcast.
Man,
This is cool.
But look, wait, first time meeting you, is it Zako?
Yeah,
And then
Zako.
Ryan would be the last name?
Yes, sir.
Do you normally go by the entire name?
Nah, it just depends on who's saying it.
Okay.
Zako's cool. Zach's cool. I'm not too particular, man. Call me Z. It doesn't matter as long as I know you're talking to
I don't know.
me,
You were
man.
going to say big something. So-
Big Z, Lil Z. You call me whatever you want.
yeah, man. Ruben brought you in here, man. And we just wanted to just welcome you, man, to the pod.
Thank you for having me,
We
dude.
come on here and we just shoot the shit about relevant topics. So we have Ruben, your boy, the comedian. We got Carlos, one of our young geniuses, who's also a videographer and someone who's really, really smart for his age and knows a little bit about a lot and a lot about a little.
What's your niche? What's your specialty?
That's a great question, bro. Honestly, man, whatever makes really good videos, right? Like any good content or anything relating to that niche, video in general.
Video producer.
That's what it is.
That's
bro.
awesome.
Yeah,
He's a
video.
beast. If I show you his work, you'll be like, holy
Hell yeah.
fuck.
That's cool,
He
dude.
just got done with Jake Paul and them, bro. So,
Ooh.
yeah,
He just filmed Mark Cuban and fucking Kim Kardashian the other day.
God damn.
yeah.
You feel me?
Damn.
There's
How's
level,
she smell?
bro.
How's
There's
she
level.
smell?
I had to tell him, I'm
Man.
like, is it really what it is in real life? He's like,
Yeah,
yes.
it is.
He was like,
I
yes,
mean,
it
it's
is.
like, bro, it's a whole like she had to throw like that's
a
a
whole
whole
Casa
different.
Azul,
That's
It
how-
better be
you know-
nice. A
you
lot
know-
of work's gone into
You
that.
know how it's crazy, bro? How you need consent and so many approvals before you actually post your video.
Really?
Yeah, when you're in the
For
big
sure.
league, yeah. Because he could film us and he's going to post it, no problem. But when you film people like that,
There's levels to that. Hulu has to approve. She has to approve. Her family has
Man,
to.
that'd be weird, man, to get to that. Like, I would kind of hate that, dude.
Yeah,
Like,
I feel
my
that.
favorite
Yeah.
thing about being an artist is collaborating.
Yeah, you're
and
not
fucking
far from it,
around.
though.
Like, I just, I'm going out to Paris, Illinois.
oh, shit. Why you sending this
Oh,
out like that?
Parrot, I was like, oh, I'm about to.
I got booked in Paris. No, the one like 3 hours away, motherfucker.
I didn't. In all fairness, I had no idea we had Paris in Illinois.
Me
Really?
either.
Oh, shit.
Me
Okay.
either. But she was like, "Hey, here's the cost, here's the pay, and all that shit." I was like, "Yeah, cool." And she's like, "You want me to send you like the contract and stuff?" And I'm like, "Man, I haven't really gotten burnt like that enough in the industry to where I even want to like start thinking." I love this shit, man. What I do, I fucking love it, man. It gets me going. It's exactly what I've wanted to do my entire life, and it's so hard for me to start muddying that up with like the business side of things to
Yeah.
a certain degree. Now, don't get me wrong, I handle my business and I make sure I'm getting my stuff, but I've never gotten burned to the point yet where I start wanting to implement or introduce
Contracts
these
and all that.
variables and stuff like that. Now, don't get me wrong, if you listen to this podcast, you probably need some contracts because they will dick you over. But my thing is this: read the room, figure out who you're working with, and get a good idea of who these people are that's supposed to be paying you.
Facts.
And if you don't need to do shit to maintain a sense of cordial relationships amongst the artistic community, keep the shit moving, man. Because we're all
How
trying to
long, how long
eat,
have
we're
you
trying to do
been
it.
traveling in a sense or getting booked?
I've been doing stand-up. I started doing stand-up when I was 30. So this is all relatively new. I'm 35 now, so I'm 5 years into the game. I would
Okay.
say since the pandemic hit was when things really started popping off for me in a really good way. And so it's probably just been a wild 2 years, I would say. Man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Get the contracts, bro.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, because people, here's the thing, bro. For example, me, right? I travel for education. I educate with hair. People will try to get you, for example, here to Dallas, it's probably a 2-hour flight direct.
Yeah,
But people will go out of the way and book you on a 2-stop fucking flight
right.
with Spirit,
Yeah,
6-hour travel time,
right.
and they'll sit there and not pay for certain things, not cover certain things, and you're coming out of pocket. So when you literally figure out a contract and they really want to work with you, you have to take care of all those little issues.
Bro, you're right, and it's so important. And the last thing I don't want that to come off as like, don't do it. Definitely do it. That's just the thing that like I'm getting introduced to over the last couple years, where it's like, oh man, I wish you were all just not snakes.
Right.
And we
Oh,
could
dude.
just do this because it's so much fun when you can eliminate that variable. You know what I mean?
And dude, you're a big advocate as far as speaking on bullshit, bro.
Bro,
Like,
and that's exactly what I was
yeah.
gonna say. Go ahead and fuck with me if you want to.
yeah.
Because I'm not one of these dudes where it's like, I'll be the bigger person. I won't. I'll be the smaller fucking
Even though you
person.
are the bigger person.
Bro, I'll be as petty as you need me to be. I'll drop a video calling you out by your middle name if I need to.
You say
Bro,
you
I'll
called
put
out
your
by the government, dog.
I'll put your tax information online.
Have you had to
talking
do
about how
that
you fucked
yet?
Me over.
Has anybody done you, like, I know you said no one's done you dirty yet, but
Not me, man, because here's the thing. Here's what I do. I defend my people to a certain level of degree where I think people are like, man, well, don't fuck with Zako, dude, because I will go online, bro, and put your shit out there and let the world know.
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
give a fuck who you
Nah.
are. Because here's the thing. I don't need this, dude. I don't need this. I graduated engineering. I got a good career. I got
Holy
the money
shit.
is
Yeah.
the money's fine, right? It's not, you could cut me off. I'm a very paranoid person when it comes to control, right? So my thing has always been, I don't ever want to put all my eggs in one basket to where if that basket falls, I'm fucked.
right.
My thing is this: go ahead and try to take it from me because you're not gonna put me down a peg at all. I'm gonna be right here. There's no gatekeepers that exist that can deter me from where I'm trying to go. And that's how you build it from the foundational level up. Don't get in nobody's pockets.
That's
If
facts.
you're in nobody's pockets, nobody controls your future. And that's how I'm trying to build this brand. And the way I do it is by protecting the people that are around me too, because what you do is you build a network, you build your circle, and you put everybody on. And then those people are eventually going to be the ones that are taking care of you and going the distance with you.
100%. The odds of somebody making it is going to be greater.
Mm-hmm.
Don't quote me on it. I'm going to fuck this up. You can go far in life fast by yourself, but you can't go further by yourself. You need a group of people to go further.
You're not going to win a 400 relay by yourself.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
You got to pass that baton, man. You got to trust the people with you. And if you got to defend those people to make sure that they are able to athletically perform as best as they possibly can because you have stake in the game, then you need to stick up for them too. And those people, they'll stick up for you back.
Our first time actually meeting, I get out my car and I hear Rube, and I'm like, I get scared, bro, because I don't know where I'm at. And then I see this nice ass car. I was like, oh God, bro, did I owe this person money? I don't know. And then there's my big homie rolling up, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. And it was funny. First show that he saw me, bro, I bombed. I ain't gonna lie. So my goal was I had to figure out how to get back in front of him. And so when I saw that you were headlining Craft and Beer Comedy in Indiana, shout out Cecilia.
Oh yeah, fun show.
Oh, dude, I was like, I'm gonna go in that bitch and murder.
You had a great
shit.
set.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, I was like, dude, I ain't gonna let Zako see me go be a bum.
What made you bomb the first show that he saw you? Was it
Dude,
him?
It was.
What show was it?
It was Atlantic, bro. Remember the like little bar in the back?
That old bar show. That ain't no bomb. That was just a weird ass show.
Bro, it was different, bro. You could tell people have never been to a show before.
Yeah.
In that bitch.
But it was like it's like a small little dining area behind like a bar that didn't even have central air conditioning. We're just back there sweating and shit.
Oh, bro, and the show was like 40 minutes late. Like, yeah, it was just but
40 minutes late. That shit was an hour and a half late. I've heard of black people time, but I was like, this is Puerto Rican time is different.
The whole show was fun as hell, though, man.
Yeah.
I think top to down that line was dope. And but yeah, man, it was one of those things, bro. But I'll tell you this, bro. I'll give you your roses right now. You are definitely one of the most respected comedians in Illinois. Anytime there's any green room conversation, you know about the green room conversation.
Oh, yeah.
You throw a name out there, one can go far left or one can go far right. Well, you could either be the best person or the worst person in the world. But I'll say that you, Vic Panya, Ken Flores, all y'all, bro, it's always nothing but positivity.
Love's coming back, baby.
My boy.
Hell yeah.
Long ass arm.
We do that shit. Oh, yeah. He's stifled by his microphone. Get them arms out there.
Yo, I'm sure. Have you heard? Has he heard of HQ, the comedy show?
Yeah, he's seen what we do.
So we do something here. We dabbled, and in the words of Vince, we dabbled on some comedy, and we let Ruben take charge of it, and we've been killing it. 3 shows down, every single one has been great.
Hell yeah.
And he was like, yo, if you like this, dude, we can have him on the next one.
Hell yeah.
So, dude, if you're with
I'm
it,
in, dude.
let's
What
do
are we
it.
talking about? Send
do
a
it.
time and date. And
Are you doing any shows soon?
Send me the date, time, and contract.
So
motherfucker.
so here's the thing. It was easier to book you on a podcast than it is on the show because I've tried before and then
After 7 o'clock, my calendar gets kind of foggy.
So but no, man, for real, bro. Like
I want to do the show, man. Absolutely. After this, send me some dates and we'll lock it in.
We're thinking like June-ish, do like summer bash theme.
Yeah,
perfect.
No, it's gonna be certified monsters are here.
Yeah.
So that's why, like,
bro, I'm in.
Yeah. So no, we'll definitely gonna lock you in ASAP. Yeah. Send it to you, and
before we get out of here, we'll pretend to take a shot of Azul, and we'll figure out the
some water.
Bet, bro.
I got that Don Julio 1942. We'll pop that one.
Yes,
brand new.
sir. No, and so heckler wise, how do you? What is your favorite one that you've done so far?
Bro, listen to this shit. This is so fucking funny that you brought this up. So I had a show at Laugh Factory. It was the so Laugh Factory on the weekends they'll do a 7:30, 9:30, and then an 11:30, right? 11:30 can get crazy.
Yeah,
because you can imagine a Friday night at 11:30 or a Saturday night 11:30, people are fucked up. The show's called The Nasty Show. So you're coming in like we're talking about dicks and shit. Like that's what it is. So I did the 9:30 show. And then me and a couple buddies bopped over to the bar next door, and we're just throwing them back. I'm faded. And I was on the 7:30 and the 9:30 at Laugh Factory.
You can still perform comfortably, drunk as fuck?
No.
Okay.
But I'm on the 7:30 and the 9:30, right? So I'm putting them back, right? But like to the point where I'm not drunk at the 9:30 show, but now I'm buzzing, right? So I'm at the bar right next door, having a good time with my buddies. And the manager runs over to the bar and taps me on the shoulder. He's like, bro, can you come? We had to cancel. Can you drop a set? And I'm cross-eyed. I'm faded. I'm like, absolutely. I would want to do nothing less, right? So I was like, I'll be there in a second. So I go there. I walk in, stumble in, right? And they're like, yeah, go on stage. So I'm like, all right, cool. So I literally got to walk right on stage. I go on stage, and I start talking. I just hear, Zako from like the audience. It's like 12:30
Yeah.
in the morning now at this point. I'm like, what? And they're like, Zako Ryan. And I can't see, right? Because you got the spotlights coming in. So I don't know what's going on. I'm like, shut up. Right? It's just two drunk people yelling at each other. And I start my set. And then again, I just, Zako. And I'm like, bro, shut the fuck up. That's exactly what I said. No punchline. I go, shut the fuck up. And he goes, you shut the fuck up. And I was like, I don't know who you are. I can't even see you, but it sounds like a man's voice. Come up on this stage if you got something to say.
Stop.
I see a motherfucker start walking on stage, bro. And I'm like, all right, let's go. I'm about to fucking Hogan kick this dude down the stairs and go viral. In my head, I'm going, this is it. This is my moment. So I put the thing back. I square up, right? I get the hips straight and everything. I'm thinking, in my head, I'm going from the ground up. That's what I'm thinking. The torque starts from the ground up, right? I'm about to give him this front kick from hell, dude. And he's walking up, and I'm like, I fucking recognize this dude. It's the old bartender from the bar I'm literally coming from. Who's my guy?
No.
And he's walking up, and he's cross-eyed. Dude's faded. And he puts his hands up, and I'm like, bro, you fucking about to do this? And he goes to give me a hug. And in my head, now I got 350 people watching this all take place. So I can't just be like, oh, this is my guy. Or so sorry. I got to like double in.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, bro, you got to get the fuck out of here. What's happening? Please get the fuck. And it's like me and this guy just having this intimate conversation where he's like, hug me. Hug me. And I'm like, I'm working, man. I'm working. I know I'm drunk, but I'm working. And then the bartenders come up and kick him out and shit. But the next day I posted it and I put a little emoji over his face. So I didn't call my guy out. But honestly, man, here's the thing. My comedy, when you get around to ever looking at it, my comedy is not it's divisive if you want it to be divisive. It's on the fence between social commentary and my previous experience, but there's never a pedestal I'm on, and there's never a narrative that I'm trying to push you on. I'm never like, you're thinking about it like this, you should be like this. It's more like they're thinking about it like this, they're thinking about it like this, and you're all full of shit. Myself included. We're all full of shit. So I actually rarely get hecklers because the environment I create is more of like, man, I'm here because I love this.
Right.
You don't have to fuck with this if you want, but you don't have the power to take this moment from me.
Facts.
So I can get through hecklers quick. Plus, if you want to heckle me, go fucking right on ahead. But you can ask anybody in this city. You were fucking with the wrong one.
Yeah, no, you definitely.
I'm coming back for you quick so we can end it, and I can give these people who have paid good money and good tickets to have a fun night their show.
Facts.
It's not like a dick sizing competition where I'm like, I gotta beat this guy. It's more of a, I'm gonna shut it down right now, fun, and then we're gonna get back to the show, because I can't let this I can have so much fun with this person for the next 20 minutes if we really want to.
Right.
Maybe no one's laughing, but I cut the video, sent it to my boys. We're having a good time. But who deserves that? That's very selfish of me to like give this person exactly what they wanted. They want to leave there and go, I was part of the show. I want you to leave there and go, I should never do that. Because I got fucked up and it wasn't even a good time for me, because I'd rather ruin your night and have everybody else have a good time.
Facts.
Because no one else came for it, right? Everyone else, people didn't know how to act when we came out the fucking pandemic, man. And it was like everybody wanted to be a part of it. And I get it, right? I'm not here like, you should never when you're at a show. I get it, especially when I'm a more open, kind of conversational comedian, so it does happen. But for the most part, man, I mean, you see me on stage. I'll go on stage for an hour, and we'll keep everybody together. Left, right, black, white. Doesn't even matter, man.
That's the way to do it. Did you see his previous heckler video?
So I recently just had one do very decently. Yeah. Here, let me. I'm gonna show it to him. I want to get a live reaction. I want to get a live reaction from.
Well, man, look.
I mean, I want a good heckler, but I should have front kicked my boy down the stairs. Now I think about it.
My opinion, Ruben, you should have just put that part for itself, because you saved it to the end.
Yeah.
And it was cool. But if you would have just added that part itself, it would have fucking. I was there.
Yeah.
And I was like, where the fuck is this
Where
guy
was it
going?
at?
That first one.
You said Ben Epstein. You want a tank top in the winter. What do you mean that? Chicago shit. Security. I got a divorce note got in front of me, dog. The only way I'm going out is type 2 diabetes. That's the only way. You vegan? Do I look like vegan? I just say it, but with that attitude, I know you're not having good good meat in a while, dog.
Killed it, bro. He shut it down with that fucking remark.
Right there. Boom. Everybody's on your side.
She even got up and fucking started bowing down to Ruben.
Right now, she's got one of two choices. She either admits her L or she's got to leave.
And she did. No, she immediately, and she left. She
gotta
admitted that
admit
shit.
her.
Dude, because me being there, mind you, I go there as like somewhat of a scout. I go in there and if I like anybody, I'll tell Ruben, yo, I want him for the next one. So I'm in there just watching. And when he said that joke, he said, well, you vegan or something? And she's all fucking lit. She's like, do I fucking look vegan?
Yeah.
And in my head, I'm like, where's Ruben going with this?
Yeah.
And then he just kept it cool. He's like, I'm just saying, man, with that attitude, look like you haven't had a good meat in a while. Oh,
hit her with the fame.
How are you guys so quick?
Huh?
Like, quick, fast, witty. Were you guys always like that?
You bomb enough to where you're like, I need some shit in my pocket.
Yes,
Dude,
sir.
I need some shit in my pocket. I've got shit. I wear cargo pants. I got so much shit in my pockets,
bro,
dude.
it's-
Because a lot of the times it comes off like top of the dome, but it's like I've been fucking people up with this for years, dude. So I got this one thing. If I see 3 or 4 white girls in the front row, you know, we'll hit like we'll catch a riff with the crowd so everybody knows this is a good time. And I walk up, so I'm like, 4 white girls on a Wednesday night. Which one of you just got cheated on? And it's just like 4 white girls out together on one night. One of y'all are pissed.
Yeah.
something.
One of y'all are pissed. You rounded up the troops. Cindy, you did it again. Pull up the Audi. We're going to a show. And it's like, this shit, especially if they start heckling, right? Because then you just be like, oh, no, it's fine. What are you ladies up to? 3 ladies out on a Wednesday night. Which one of you just lost your man?
Yeah, type shit. Yeah.
And it's like all this shit sounds like it's off the dome, but save that. Put that shit in your pocket. That's
because a lot of the times when you go to, I mean, if you do enough comedy shows, you start to realize a lot of shit's pretty much the same. So you kind of connect the dots with every show.
Yeah.
I would
Depends
assume,
on
right?
who you're looking at. Some bums.
That's true, yeah.
Bums are going to be the same. I'll tell you this. You come see me do at least 10 minutes, you're never going to see the same set twice.
Like that?
Never. You come see the same joke, you won't hear the same joke be told the same way twice.
Damn.
It's just the vibes, man. Different rooms. Here's my thing with comedy. Reading the room is very important.
Right.
Adjusting your values and virtues is fake. You're creating an image of yourself based on trying to be accepted. So there's a difference between the two, and there's a very big difference, and a lot of new comedians need to understand this. Me doing a joke at Bar 10 on the South Side versus me doing a joke at Hamburger Mary's in Boys Town, I'm going to do the exact same joke that has the same premise, the same punchline. It's the way I inflect it. If I'm talking to 65-year-old white people versus 35-year-old black people, Puerto Ricans, young cats right out of DePaul, right out of college, I'm saying it with different inflections so that it resonates with what you're used to or with what you're willing to have or what patience you have. With older people, you got to be patient enough. Maybe throw a little smirk. Let them know, like, oh, here's what it is. It's not relatable. It's shocking.
Yeah.
But with people of your own demographic, you search for the relatability. So it's almost like you're getting them on. They're like, yeah, I know what the fuck he's talking about. But then with people outside of your demographic, you shock them with it. So it's like, how do you deliver that punchline to catch them off guard before they've even realized what the fuck you're talking about?
Damn.
Because if you don't realize what I'm talking about and I hit you with the punch, you got no choice but to laugh. And it doesn't matter what your demo is.
It's
But
crazy.
if I'm talking to some people my age, it's relatable. They're going to give me some more time.
You
It's
know what
all
he sounds
figuring
like,
out
bro?
people.
You sound a lot like me when I try to break down how scientifically you got to run a stage. So mind you, as an educator and I'm on stage, I may not be cracking jokes, but it's still the same concept. Read the crowd, right? Do I have older ladies that do salon work that have only been doing it for 50 years? Do I have students? Do I have people that like barbers that look like me? So I read the room and I pitch the same information, but now I got to make it relatable to fit this person, that crowd. And I tell people all the time, you think it looks easy being on there and just talking?
Yeah.
Because that's what they think. They think you're just up there just talking out your ass, right?
Yeah.
But in reality, it's a fucking science.
It's a science, man.
And even though you're
takes
telling
time.
jokes,
Yeah.
you're up there and you're still breaking down the science of all that shit.
Yeah.
Which is what I think a lot of people, when I go see comedians, I could tell someone who's experienced. Obviously, just by listening to you talk, I already know your shit's going to be funny. Just because I can tell how quick you are, how rapid you are. Compared to someone that is probably new, they're not going to be as quick. And then their jokes are going to be more like, here it comes. I see it coming a mile away.
Right.
Whereas
that little pause right before the punchline. Throw
and that's
up.
one thing Ruben is, when I first saw Ruben, I thought he was fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
One thing I learned was that I bought Ruben's tickets 2 times back to back, thinking I was going to see 2 different shows. And I realized that that's when it hit me. I'm like, oh shit, comedians do the same shit over and over.
Yeah,
and over.
but and we will. So, Rube, how long you been doing stand-up?
I would say 3 years.
You better be doing the same shit. Steve Harvey's got a quote where he said, I did the same jokes for 20
Yeah.
years. The only difference was how much I got paid the
Yep.
same. And it's very important to realize that. I still do. Don't get me wrong. You'll see the different set. You'll see a different vibe. You'll see a different tempo, pacing,
Yes.
energy, inflections. But the jokes can be the same, because here's what's important about it. I've got jokes right now that I've been doing for literally. I've got a joke right now about my tattoos. That was one of the first jokes I ever wrote. It used to be my closer. Now it's a filler. That joke started at about a minute long. Set up, punchline, maybe a tag. That joke now is like 4 or 5 minutes long because you keep doing it.
Yeah.
And I do it when I'm comfortable with the room, because that's when you find new material. When I'm comfortable with the room and we're just talking and vibing, I throw this joke out. Maybe I'm comfortable enough that I find this next tag and then another line and then bam, because I want to keep you laughing. So now I do. I listen to it, and now this joke that's 5 years old has an extra 30 seconds to it, which 30 seconds is golden.
Yes.
Hell
Anything that you can add on to a solidified punchline is cheat codes. Tags are cheat codes to extending sets. You want to get to an hour quicker? Stop writing new jokes and start pulling and stretching your old jokes to get the applause break. If you don't have an applause break in a full bit, that bit ain't done yet, because it doesn't have a button. You need a button to come bring that shit back around, close it off, and then on to the next one.
Dude, so that's the point, right? I've seen him a few times, and he's done the same jokes, but every single time he's finessed it.
Yeah.
He's added to it. He's changed a couple things. And this last time that I see him with this new one, you killed it, bro.
Oh yeah.
Like, it's crazy for me to think that I saw you a bunch of times already, and it's the same, what do we call it? The same, I don't want to say the same jokes, but it's the same set.
Same set, yeah.
But the way you finesse it every fucking time, the way you change up little things, by you starting off, I know what jokes come in, but you still manage to make me laugh on how you deliver it.
Yeah.
And that's how I could tell the growth. If you were on there doing the same shit, reading off your phone, doing the same thing, I would have been like, hey, Ruben, chill out. But that's the signs that I see. So by you explaining that, that's intense. Now, you mentioned you got your engineer license. Is that oh, degree? I'm sorry.
Yep.
I'm all about licenses over here.
I don't have many of those. I got one.
How did you go
It
about?
let me get here.
Well, okay, you engineer, and then now you're a comedian. What happened? Was it the pandemic that kind of made you shift?
No. I graduated high school, joined the military, went to college, and just started living a normal life, man. I was bopping around from different cities, following the money, working a career. But when I was in college, I was writing scripts with my buddy and Rube. I think you met Corey, right?
Yeah.
My best friend since I was 13 years old. We went to high school, in college together in Toledo. When we graduated the same program together, same engineering program, he moved to Chicago to go to Second City and start really figuring out what his art career was. I was a bitch. So I was an engineer, you know what I mean? And for the first couple of years, I'm eating good. I got a house with a fence. I got a dog, a bad girl, right?
Yeah.
And he's just like, whatever, I'm just going to Second City. I was like, that's dumb. And after like 3 years, I was like, damn, I'm unfulfilled. How are you feeling? He was like, great. I was like, all right, I'm going to do that. So then I was trying to figure out how I wanted to, what I wanted my craft to be, and I wanted it to be something. I'm not a really good team player because when I'm good on my vision. What I've always said is my vision, there's no variables in my vision. You can't adjust it. I've got this vision. Can you help me adjust the way to get there? But I don't like when people try to fuck with the vision, because I don't want the vision to follow the script. I don't want the vision to follow the blueprint, because everything that comes great comes from something a little off the beaten path. I think about this. If I was a 49er back in the days, and I saw 90% of the people over on this side of the mountain because they were like, that's where the goal is. That's where the gold is. I would be like, damn, but if I find gold over there where no one's at, do I get all of it? I'm high risk, high reward. And that's kind of how I take everything. So yeah, I just I started doing. I chose stand up because I was like, that's the one thing that's gonna take me. It was the most terrifying, but I was like, fuck it, man. If I'm gonna commit, I'm gonna go all the way. So I started doing stand up in Cleveland, Ohio. I was living in Cleveland at the time. About 3 months into that, I came to Chicago and I visited my buddy Corey, and I went and saw a show at the Laugh Factory. And my buddy, who's now a really good friend of mine, AJ Lubecker, was running a show called Funked Up Fridays. It was a late show on Friday night. And the two headliners were Matty Ryan and Abby Sanchez, Abby's now one of my best buddies.
Abby from
Abby, yeah, he was at my buddies when he was
Okay.
OC.
Abby's amazing. Shout out to Abby. He's great comedian. Just dropped an HBO special. He's fantastic. But when I saw them close that show out, I was like, Cleveland doesn't know what the fuck they're doing. And not in any disrespectful way, but this is different. Right? This is a different breed of comedian here in Chicago, a different breed of ethic. I'm watching comedians writing right before they're walking on stage, really, really focusing on this next set rather than trying to act like they don't care. That's the cool thing with comedians. If I don't care and I don't do well, it doesn't matter. Shut the fuck up, bro. This is what you wanted to do. Care about it. Have some respect for the shit. Have some respect for the people that are here. Have some respect for the other comedians that could be taking this spot if you're not here. I cared about it. So I didn't want to come up around people that I didn't think the majority cared about it as much as I did. And when I came to that show, I got back to Cleveland and I said, fuck that. I'm moving. I was working for a company. I asked for a transfer to Chicago. They helped me sell my house. They moved me up. They were like, you got to work with us for at least another year, which you clearly will, because they didn't know nothing about stand-up. I was like, oh, yeah, for sure. And I did, and then 365 days later, I put in my 2 weeks' notice. Now, here's the thing. I put in my 2 weeks' notice after a year, so I didn't have to pay back the, like, $8,000 in moving expenses.
Yeah.
Not only did I get that back, but that company also didn't let me work my 2 weeks. And according to unemployment, if they don't give you that 2 weeks, you get unemployment.
Oh, it's nice.
Even if you quit.
Yeah.
So I got them to move me to Chicago.
For free.
And I got 6 months worth of unemployment
Hell yeah.
Wow.
out of them motherfuckers. And I just started grinding.
Yes, sir.
I'm 30 years old riding a fucking divvy bike with a book bag on. Broke up with my girl.
I was about to ask what happened to the baddie, but
Broke up with
you covered
she
it.
moved here with me. She's an amazing woman. She's doing her own thing now, but it was just, I had a beautiful plant that I couldn't water because I cared too much about what else was going on. That I was like, this beautiful plant I wanted in my life because I wasn't living my life. I'm shifting over here. I can't let this beautiful plant die. I need to let this beautiful plant go thrive. And that beautiful plant is thriving right now, and I'm very happy to see it. And also I am. And those are the tough choices you got to make. I have so many people coming up to me now asking me, how do I get started in stand-up comedy? And the first thing I ask them is, how's your life going now? Because if it's decent, don't.
Yeah. Man,
if you don't hate it, you may not want to, because it will change the fabric of your DNA. It really will. It has changed my fabric of my DNA, luckily for the better, but I have seen it change people for the worse. You have to come in tune with yourself. You have to learn who you are. And you have to finally be okay with who you are. I had that fake it till you make it confidence my whole life. 6'5", straight white guy, good looking. You see it.
bro.
And I had that fake confidence where it was like, if I fake the confidence, it's going to come off as real because of the looks, because of the swag. But it wasn't real. It was the same inconsistencies. It was the same. I felt the same way that most people do, or I didn't really have that real confidence. It was just like, whew, they bought it, right?
Right.
What stand-up comedy does is it lets you know you can't be great until you are not a part of the pack. And when you finally get that freedom to separate yourself from tribal mentality and finally start loving these inadequacies of yourself, these downfalls, these daddy issues, the shit that happened when you were younger, these things that you think make you a bad person, when you realize that people can not only forgive, because fuck forgiveness, but they can assimilate, or they can relate to what you're doing, or it happened with them too. You're like, damn, I'm not alone here. You stop feeling special, which is the most important thing to do when you're trying to figure out who you are as a person. Stop feeling special. This shit happens to everybody. We all have a sad story. And when you realize that, you come into yourself and you're unapologetic. And if you have a stable life with a wife, kids, family structure, career structure, and you become this unapologetic version of yourself, you will start to look at your normal life differently, because the way you got there was not via the person you have now become, which is the person you are comfortable with being. All that shit crumbles.
Wow.
And that's what happened to me. Luckily, I caught it early, and I said, fuck it, burn the village. I burned the village down, and I started anew at 30 years old. I was born at 30 years old, and it's been the best 6 years of my life.
pursuing an art over something blue collar or anything like that is horrible. Like you cannot tell your Latino parents that they sacrifice too much to get here.
Yeah.
The day I told my dad that hey, I'm leaving college to pursue acting.
Yeah.
My dad was like, no way. Like when he's gonna start making money, and I was like, I'll be honest, probably
all
like
that work I did. Why don't you act like you're working, motherfucker?
Right, you're like cause so. But now they're my biggest supporters because you know what I'm saying. Like
they come around.
Yeah, I just had to how we say prove the concept. They had to see me on the screen. They had to see me on the stage. They had to for them to really see it. They saw it, and now they're like, you know what? You're happy.
They come around. I think a lot of parents and a lot of people that look out for you in your life want to make sure you're not making like a rash choice.
Yeah.
I was always the type of person, and this is just who I am. I'm the type of person, I'll start something in 2 weeks. If I'm not feeling it, I'll never do it again.
Yeah.
This is stand-up comedy is the first thing in my life where I've ever looked at and I've been like, I'm going to do that the rest of my life. I'm going to do that the rest of my life.
Did you bomb your first show?
I killed my first show because it was 5 minutes. And then bro, listen to this shit. So when I got into stand-up comedy, I wanted to start going and checking out open mics first in Cleveland. Problem was I had a broken foot. I had a Friendsgiving over and a rich homie Quan hopped on. I jumped out of my couch and tried to hit the Quan. I broke my foot. So I was on a cast and crutches and shit. And I'm going around to open mics. And Rue will tell you, at open mics, it's just comedians.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to open mics, 6'5", crutches, broken foot. I'm at like 8 open mics, seeing the
you're
same
saying
people.
just comedians in the crowd?
Comedians.
Oh yeah.
And I'm not talking to nobody. I'm just taking notes and watching it. And finally, after like 8 of these, this dude comes up to me. His name's John Bruton, comedian, very funny comedian out of Cleveland. He was like, "Hey man, I gotta talk to you real quick. Are you like an undercover cop or something? What the fuck is going on?" I was like, "No, man, I'm just trying to start stand up. I'm timid about it, and I'm just trying to figure out how it works." He was like, "How about this? I'll put you on a show 4 weeks from now. Just come do 5 minutes." And at that point, I've been writing, right? So the first 5 minutes I did in Cleveland, I had so much time that it was delivered word for word, cadence for cadence, the way I wrote it, right? So it did fine. I mean, I'm sure if I look at it right now, I'm like, I'll throw up.
Yeah.
Right? But
like
it was fine to the point where I walked up and I was like, give me my special, bro. Big Dick Dragon. Big Dick Dragon. So he was like, no, that was good, man. Come back in 2 weeks. I was like, hell yeah. 2 weeks later, I had all that confidence. I just wrote like 4 things I wanted to talk about. I got these 4 things. I'm talking to this dude backstage, Marcelo Hernandez, who's actually on SNL now. Shout out to Marcelo. He's in the green room with me. He's like, "What are you going to do, man?" Short little Cuban dude. "What are you going to do, man? What are you going to talk about?" It's second time. I was like, "Bro, don't even worry about it, bro. I'm talking about these 4 things, and that's it. I'm freestyling up there." He's like, "All right." I'm like, "Yeah, don't worry about me, bro."
He said freestyle, bro. I already know where this is going.
Walked up there, I was like, "What up, what up, what up?" And they're like, "Hey." I was like, "So, well, damn, I don't even know what the fuck I'm supposed to talk about right now." And then this big black lady, this cute lady in the front row who's having the best time. I've been watching her have a good time all night. Just goes, "You got it, baby. You got it." I was like, "Please don't say anything to me right now. As a matter of fact, I'm fucking out of here." And I clipped the mic and I walked out.
Wow.
16 seconds I was on stage. I walked back to the green room. Marcel was just sitting there looking at me like this. "What happened, man?" I was like, "Yeah, I don't want to talk about it." And I went, got in my car, drove home, threw up.
Wow.
Laid in bed. And this is how I knew I loved stand-up. I laid in bed the whole way home. I was like, I am never doing that shit again. Never doing that shit
What,
again.
comedy or walking
Comedy.
off? Okay.
Comedy. I was like, fuck comedy. I'm an engineer. The fuck am I doing? These broke bitches.
I got a degree. I got a degree.
You drink ticket, $15 show.
Drink ticket heifers. Fuck these motherfuckers. I threw up and I laid in bed and all I could think about was getting on stage and redeeming myself.
Yeah.
And I was like, if that ain't a fucking sign, dude. And ever since then, I knew that's what I wanted to do. I saw Maddie Ryan and Abby on stage in Chicago, and I made that move to Chicago, and I said, this is it, man. When you burn this is why I'm so quick to burn the village down when I believe in something, because when you burn the village down, you have nothing else. There's no other choice but to build a foundation. Now, I don't say burn the village and the village people. Take your people with you, right? Mm-hmm. But burn down the foundation you built based on a false version of yourself.
Ooh.
Bro, and speaking of, doing crazy shit, bro, let's talk about acting real quick, man.
Yeah.
My brother Zako was on
shit.
Chicago PD.
What?
You know what I'm
Crackhead.
saying? You know what I'm
Where
saying?
were y'all filming? Because they be filming all around my area where I live. They be shutting shit down whenever the fuck they feel like it. And it's either
man.
Yeah, how does that work? How did you get the opportunity?
So
he's 6'5".
I
Fuck you
moved
mean?
to Chicago I've been here for
Why Chicago? Did we talk about that? Why?
Why? It's a mecca, comedy mecca. Yeah, we talked about. There's a whole thing about how I saw. You ain't paying attention. You got headphones. There's a whole thing. When I was like 3 years into living in Chicago, I was on stage at Laugh Factory, and I got off stage and I'm shaking hands. People are leaving, and this lady came up to me and she was like, after the show, I got some on my face.
No, your mic. You're covering the hand.
I'm covering something.
Covering your face with the mic.
Oh, I'm covering my face with the mic.
So
Is this
basically, adjust the mic so you can still see your face.
better? Do I need to? Oh, do I put it down
There
a
you
little bit?
go. There you go.
Yeah, we can't fuck the face up. Man. That's the only thing that gets me booked. Yeah, so I'm on stage at Laugh Factory. We have a fun show, and I get up, I'm shaking everybody's hands, leaving. This woman comes up to me, and she's like, "Hey, great show. Would you want to go grab a drink?" And I'm like, I know what this is, right? I was like, "Nah, I'm sorry. Like, I wish I could, but I got to close the show. I got some books to take care of and shit like that." And she was like, "Oh, don't worry about it. Just let me know whenever you're free." And she hands me a business card. And I look at it, and it says Stewart Talent Agency.
Oh, nice.
And I said,
Oh,
"Bitch, I've
shit.
never been more free. I just lied to you. I just lied right to you." So we went next door, and we grabbed a drink, and she just started talking to me. She's like, "I'd love to, see you come." Because I hosted. So she saw me do a lot of freestyle, a lot of crowd work. And I'd love to see you come audition. I've never acted before. I mean, at 30 years old was the first time I ever considered doing anything artistic
Right.
in my entire life. So I was like, yeah, I'll take the opportunity. So I went and auditioned and got picked up. And in like 2 months after that, I did a national Purina commercial. And I was like, damn, this is real. And
Wow.
just started taking classes, taking it seriously, really liked it.
What was your role in Chicago PD?
I was a crackhead.
For real?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. I didn't have to audition. They just saw me under the red line. They were like, "That's the guy." That's the guy. I was smoking a joint wearing my cargo pants. And they were like, "That's the guy right there."
Right there. So how long was your role?
So it just came out on Wednesday. It was 1 episode role. It was probably like a 3-minute scene, big fight scene with Patty. He's the main actor on there. Super cool guy, man. I
Yeah.
can't say enough about. So I did Power Book.
Nice.
Power Force book as well. So that hasn't come out yet because they're having a lot of pushbacks for their new season. So I'm on episode 4 of the new season. And it's interesting, man, because that was so serious. Everybody on set was so serious. As soon as it breaks, there's silence. The actors need to go do their thing. I'm a comedian, man. I'll improv all day long. We
Right.
can be mad at each other right now and in 2 seconds. Ha! You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Ex-girlfriends hate that shit, but I'll switch, right? So I have no problem doing it, but like real legitimate actors and shit, they like need their space. So the whole time I'm respecting that. So I'm just, as soon as it breaks, I ain't saying shit, bro. Chicago PD, as soon as this shit ain't breaking, we're fucking laughing about it, dapping out, having a good time. So I can't say enough about how fun it was to work with Chicago PD. Not saying it wasn't fun to work with Power, because it very much was. I got to meet one of my role models in life. Not my role model, because I really don't know him like that, but a guy that I'm like starstruck by even to this day, Tommy Flanagan. You know Tommy
Yes,
Flanagan?
sir.
I got to meet Tommy on stage, dude, or on set, man, and it's just like certain moments like that you can appreciate that are so important, so vital, because 90% of the time you're going, should I burnt that fucking village down?
Oh, my God.
Because my girl was so bad. Which one you get? When I auditioned for the Purina commercial, I walk in there, they're like, "You do Purina, right?" Now I got a dog, so for some reason my brain just goes dog commercial for
Yeah.
sure. I walk in there, I do this audition. At the end, they're asking me questions. So like, what do you do? Because we're laughing, we're having a good time. In my auditions, I'm just trying to make them laugh.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're looking
You're
for.
trying to be likable.
But this is what I'm, because this is my shit, right?
Yeah.
This is my jam. Even drama and comedy have so much in common. You're building a bubble and then you're
Yeah.
popping it. It just depends on how you pop the bubble, if
Yeah.
it comes across as dramatic or if it comes across as comedic. So I'm in there and I'm doing my thing, and then the director starts asking questions. I can tell he kind of enjoyed the audition. Then he goes, how do you feel about cats? I was like, fuck cats, bro.
It wasn't a cat commercial.
Bro, fucking cat. I leave. I couldn't make it to my car before my agent called me. She's like, "Zach, did you tell him you hate cats?" I was like, "How do you know already?" He's like, he messaged me. He was like, "This guy is funny, but he hates cats." And I was like, "Dude, I tell him I love cats. I thought that's what they wanted me to say. I'll bring a cat to them right now."
I'll go buy one. I'll adopt one right now.
They booked me on that shit, dude. And I'm telling you, if you've never worked with an animal on set,
Oh,
dude,
God.
don't do it. Don't do it. Just quit your career, dude, because I went to St. Louis to film this Purina commercial, and we got my shit done in about an hour. Done in an hour. And then out of nowhere, this lady walks in looking like a professor from Hogwarts, dude. Got all the accessories on, talking about, hush now, everybody, I've got something to say. And we're all like, what the fuck? And she's like, now when Miracle walks in, who the fuck is Miracle? It's a cat. The cat's name is Miracle. When Miracle walks in, no one say anything until I get her in her seated position. And I'm like, we've just been having so much fun. Yeah. For like the last
and
few
you
hours.
just ruined it.
And you're going to ruin it like this? Whatever. Fucking bring Miracle in. Don't look at her. Don't make no direct eye contact. Definitely don't like make any subtle movements. Wow. I'm like, is this a fucking tiger, dude? What's happening? She brings this cat in, bro. And she sits it on the couch. And she goes, now we're just going to walk through it a few times. It's going to take a couple minutes. And then she'll be ready. 3 hours later, they're still walking through this fucking, trying to teach this cat to go from 10 feet away to a straight line to this bowl. That's it. Just from 10 feet away to a straight line. And the cat can't do it. So finally it does it one time, and the lady goes, perfect. He's got it. And I'm like, I just don't know. I just don't know. So she sits the cat back down. She's like, okay, now you come stand there. I stand there. That cat didn't want nothing to do with me because I just had 2 hours to build up animosity towards this cat. So I know it knows I don't like it. So the last thing it wants to do is come to me.
He don't like me.
So now I'm sitting there, dude, and the cat's now just fucking it up again. And in my head, I'm going, yeah, you can't just let the cat do it one time and be like, perfect. So we're there for like 5 hours, dude, watching this cat try to make a straight line. Finally, it comes, makes a straight line, grabs the food, goes back. We break. Everyone's literally applauding like a tumultuous plane ride just landed. Everyone's like, "Fuck yeah!" A bunch of white people like, "Ah, thank God."
Damn.
The fucking footage cut off as soon as that cat picked up that fucking food, dude. So we had to sit there for another like 30 minutes for this cat to come back. And the cat just ate a mouthful of food. So now the cat's full. So the last thing it wants is more food. Food ain't even fucking cold no more. Shit's hot. This is the worst shit ever, man. I ain't working. So then I called my agent, and she was like, how'd it go? I was like, you remember how them people asked me if I like cats? I said, fuck cats? They're like, yeah. I said, no, fuck cats. Like, fuck cats the long way, dude. I don't work with cats. I want everybody out there to know if you want to book me and you got any cats on set, stage, or presence.
No cats.
I am not coming to that stage.
Okay, cool. Because, that's a goat, all right? I don't want you to think that's a cat.
It's a goat, man. Goats are different.
Goats are different. But all right, so are you gonna stick to acting?
I'm gonna do stand-up comedy the rest of my life. I'm gonna act the rest of my life. I'm building a clothing brand right now. I worked with a startup company. I am a starfish, dude. I stretch my arms out to anything that intrigues me. I don't let anybody tell me I need to spend more time on this or more time on that. I listen to myself. I meditate in the shower, and I literally think, and I go, what do I need to spend more time on, and what will fulfill my soul? At 35 years old, I've wasted so much of my life chasing alcohol, drugs, pussy, appreciation.
Dude,
that it's over. It's over for anything coming in that's not fitting the through line that I've established for my life is just not getting in.
You were reborn at 30.
Yeah, I'm a 5-year-old baby boy.
And one thing I try to share with these guys is that Carlos 25, right? Ruben 27.
Yep.
Is how crazy was, because I'm 35 as well, right? How crazy was it where you think you got it all figured out at 27? I know exactly where you guys are at. And Los, where you're at in life, bro, I salute you. Ruben, same, right? But man, them 30s hit different, bro. At 30s is when I shifted my whole entire career and did everything that I'm doing now. And the freedom that I have now, like, think about it, bro. I've been a barber for 20-some years. The way people looked at me when I said I was going to open up a space, not a barbershop, they were like, what the fuck?
Those
Why?
People are scared.
Why you open up a shop? Why you open up a space? What are you going to do by yourself? Look at what I'm doing by myself with all you guys, right? But it's a reborn. It's crazy, bro.
Do you think that reborn has to do with you being more self-aware?
You definitely are. Do it. So they say that at the age of 32 or 33, is it 32 when Jesus died? They say that your mindset and your physical body are aligned at that age. Basically, when you're young, you're a baby, you have zero knowledge, but you're physically healthier, you're new. And when you're old, you have all the knowledge in the world, but you're physically, you can't do shit because you're old. At 32 is when they say Jesus died, is that when you're literally at that mindset where you're the most clear, most aware and everything. And I'm sure Zako could co-sign for that.
Yeah.
He left. I mean, dude, he had the fucking white fence, the golden retriever, the
And I
bad
thought
girl.
I had it figured out.
Right, and he still wasn't happy until he just jumped off. Same thing with me. I was at a shop. I wasn't paying no rent. Everything I made was mine. I was a manager there. I made my own schedule. I could do whatever the fuck I want at that barbershop, but I jumped off and left. And people looked at me like I was crazy. But now at 35, bro, I'm fucking free.
Yeah.
I'm free as hell. And it's crazy because I know you guys are going to have that awakening real soon. Not that what you guys are doing today is bad, but it's just crazy how your life is going to shift in your 30s.
And making sure you stay a student is the most
Always.
important thing. Like I continue every day I read, every day I study. And it doesn't matter what it is. It's whatever I'm interested in. And those things all attach into the through line of my life. They all add to that. And you have to remain a student. As soon as you think you know everything, that's when you fucked up. It's when you're going to take your L's. I absorb information from absolutely everybody. So I don't want the confidence in my through line or my North Star to come across as I don't listen and I don't pay attention. I listen to everything. That's the difference. I listen and I absorb everything. I just don't combat that information. I take it and I compartmentalize it, and if I need it, I let that sink in.
Facts.
But you have to your entire life remain a student. You have to continuously learn. If you're not reading books, I'm telling you, it sounds so silly, but if you're not reading books, the simple act of reading books, reading articles, reading anything that relates to the through line of your life and what you want to do, who you want to be in life, if you're not reading information and documentation of facts that have actually already happened, history, you are on a crash course that is not going to work out for you. You have to maintain that level of understanding that you do not understand everything, and you have to continuously keep studying, keep reading, remain a student your whole life. It's the best advice I can give anybody, no matter what area, no matter what industry you're going into, no matter what your craft is, remain a student even when you become the master.
Yeah. You're never going to know it all, bro. Life changes every second. Things change. Cool shit changes, right? So, yeah, you're never going to learn it all. That's some fucking gems from Zako.
Where'd you get this wisdom from, brother? You mind me asking?
Weed.
Yeah.
No, you know what it is? Here, and you know what it honestly is? I'm not afraid to fail. I've failed
Yeah,
more. I've
facts,
taken
man.
so many L's in my life. I've taken so many L's today. I'm not afraid to fail because then you learn from that. And it doesn't, I fail to the highest degree. It's going to be an epic fail. I'm not about to subtly bomb. I'm about to fucking bomb, dude. You're about to be embarrassed for me. And I'm going to take all that, and I'm not going to get down on myself because I see a North Star. That's the difference. If you don't see a North Star and you're doing this shit for attention or for tonight, I don't perform for tonight. I perform for the rest of my life. Tonight, this act I'm doing right now leads to this North Star that I see the rest of my life. So my buddy told me to look at it like this. Comedy is like a basketball season. You can lose one game 100-10. And are you going to fucking cry about that? There's 81 other games you can play. There's still the playoffs. Are you learning? Are you getting better? Or don't think of it as one season. Think of it as a dynasty. What's going to happen next year?
Yeah.
I just know that comedy is this beautiful thing that I can't tear an ACL and now I can't do it anymore. I get to do this the rest of my life. Why the fuck would I be afraid to not do well tonight? But I also don't want that to imply that I'm going to be lazy. And I don't care if I bomb. Because trust me, I care if I bomb because I'm trying to get better. I just don't care the way I think a lot of people care. I care because I try to put that into creative or constructive I try to use that constructively to help improve myself rather than sit, sulk, drink, and complain about how this went wrong. What went wrong? Did I not prepare enough? Did I not read the room? Did this joke suck? Did I not remember a line? And then I go back tomorrow and I do that shit again. And I'm lucky that I bombed my ass off that second show and I know what's inside of me, which is competition. And I know that the only way to nurture that wound is to get back up there and do it again, that I just rely on that. And nothing else really matters other than how you feel inside. And the only way to fix myself is to get back up and do it again. So I don't really worry about it like that.
We look up to you, bro, because you call out the old head gatekeeper shit.
Yeah.
And
that's where the problems are.
Yeah.
The problems are with the headliners. The problems are with the old heads. And the problems are the old heads and the headliners talking shit about the newcomers. They don't know. We're creating the industry. We're creating the scene, and you're bashing them based on the results of what you crafted. No, you fix your shit. It's a top-down mentality. If your CEO sucks, your company's going under.
Yeah.
That's just the fact of the matter.
Yeah.
If the king is trash, the monarchy comes down. That's
Bro.
the way it works. And the people in the village can only perform based on the rules set from the people in the castle. So if the castle's got to crumble, fuck it, burn it down.
So, you know, I used to go by Baby Horchata. I used to have a nickname, okay? I ended up scrapping it and just going by my actual name. Now, the whole situation was I just wanted to be a brand in the beginning.
Yep.
I wanted to be a brand so heavy rather than having my real name. So, in the beginning, off the bat, bro, maybe 2-3 shows in, I already had merch.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because if I can make money off of something, I'm going to do it.
Right.
And if it's one thing, I already have a supportive amount of people to the fact that even if I wasn't busting in this comedy shit, I could sell a product just because I'm likable.
Yeah.
And bro, I remember I had my merch on me, and a veteran, I was walking in with it, and I overheard him, bro. Like I heard him say, he was like, "What the fuck is up with this rookie bringing merch in? Like somebody's gonna buy it." And bro, no cap, I sold 20 shirts that night.
Yeah.
And so I made more money than dude. I already know for a fact I made
Yeah.
more money than him that night.
Which, how funny is that?
I loved it.
Wow.
And he was like, nobody gonna, bro. I did I literally had like maybe a 7-minute set, nothing crazy.
Yeah.
But that 7 minutes was able enough to get people to like me and buy shit.
See, it's all your subjective narrative, and it's what you want to do. Right there, you just told me you wanted to sell merch, you wanted to make some money based on your act, and you did. That's exactly what you did. This veteran probably is just continuing to write his hour.
Yeah.
So he's focused on just writing his hour, getting more material out. So your through line and what your vision of success right now didn't even align, which means you're not even playing the same game.
Yeah.
So why the
Thanks.
fuck is chess complaining about rules of checkers? And it's not that one's better than the other.
Yeah.
It's what are you trying to do? I go out on weekends sometimes with zero merch because my intention is, hey, I need to work these 3 new jokes. So maybe I didn't even think of bringing merch because my focus is
on-
working these
yeah.
3 new jokes. But I'll go out on a weekend knowing that I have nothing new and that I need to pay this bill. I need some
Yeah.
cash, and I'm working on merch. And don't let anybody tell you anything different. There's no rules to this. Show me the motherfucker that's got the bluept to stand-up comedy.
Yeah.
Show me. Show me. Chris Red said it the best. I'll never forget it. 4 years ago, there was a big post in Chicago stand-up comedy where they were like, everybody's just doing crowd work nowadays. That motherfucker sucked at crowd work. No one's doing crowd work. That motherfucker couldn't write. People get mad at the things they can't do. Whoever that person was probably doesn't have a brand big enough to sell merch.
true.
If you want to sell merch, go sell fucking merch. If you don't want to sell merch, don't sell merch, but shut the fuck up and don't worry about the fuck I'm doing because it doesn't affect you in the long run. And how much more of a peaceful life will you live if you don't give a fuck what Baby Horchata's selling?
No,
Right.
it's facts.
No, bro, and I remember it because we were friends on Facebook. I was so happy when I announced I sold out two 100 bulk shirt orders.
Yeah.
So I knew they saw that shit.
Bro, and it's not even like this affects anybody else.
at all.
Like there's certain things that some new comics
he's
do that
just
will
mad.
affect everybody else because it kind of fucks the show up or it fucks everything else.
Yeah.
That doesn't affect anybody
Bro,
else.
I didn't even plug it. I didn't use anybody's time. I did my light. When they got lighted, I got the fuck off. I just happened to have a little table with some shirts on it. People walking by and say, you know what? How much? Oh, 20.
It was the fact because it happens the same thing in the barber industry, right? In the barber industry, people hate on other barbers. When I'm like, why the fuck is y'all focused on other barbers when the focus should be on the clientele? Because that's who's paying you.
Yeah.
Why are you worried about if that person's using color enhancements? If that person's fucking up that fade, that means there's more money for you. Why are you worried about what he's doing?
That person that cares about what you're doing, Ruben, will fail. And it's not a question of if. It is a question of when. Because if you do not have a through line that you're pumping all your energy in, because I'll tell you right now, if right now shit was going down here that I don't agree with, I don't give a fuck. I don't pay rent here. I don't have to be here. I just shake your hands, I dip out, and I focus back on my through line. I get home, I get to writing, and I focus on that. Because if I spend my energy worrying about what y'all are doing here, my through line, my North Star starts to fade. Yeah. And that's the last thing I'm going to let anybody fuck with. So to me, it's personal. I would rather you do your own thing. I don't give a shit. Have fun because my shit's shining bright. Because if this starts fucking with me based on the way I'm putting my attention, then I'm letting you infiltrate that. It's the same thing with criticism, the same thing with hecklers. You have a choice that you get to make, and it's whether or not you let this person affect what you're actually doing, because nothing anybody's saying really means anything about you. It has everything to do with them. This person that is upset with you for selling merch is probably a person that can't sell merch, doesn't sell merch, refuses to figure out how to sell merch. They can't do that shit, which means that has more to do with their inability to have success than whatever the fuck you're doing. And I look at them and I smirk, I smile, and I laugh because I get home and I go, damn, nobody's got the focus or discipline like me. And I just lean into that and I keep the shit going. Don't worry about none of that shit. They will fail, and I will be right over there doing the hump dance from Halo.
No, bro, and then I announced I have pins coming in too. So, bro, I just added to the line.
You're just fucking up their whole night.
No, bro, dude, it's just one of those things, man. Like, I just
send them one for free.
I'm God, bro. Like, it's one of those things, man. Because, dog, like, man, you know, Zako, I know you felt somebody just know they're intimidated by you, bro.
Bro, let me tell you this: I'm the worst fucking enemy you can have in this fucking town, dude. Because I'm petty. I'm petty, and I know that they're
You're like the white 50.
However, I am the white 50. I'm telling you, I got one enemy in this city. I've had one real enemy in stand-up comedy, and everybody knows about him. This motherfucker tried to start a crazy rumor about how I'm abusive to my dog, which I'm telling you right now.
What the fuck?
You bring up my dog, bro, I'll fuck my North Star. I'll take care. Everything I just said was a lie when you talk about North Star. It's the only thing I love. And we went at it, bro. And this was when we were both 3 years into comedy. And I said, you know what? You're my sworn enemy. And right now I'm on Chicago PD Power Force. I'm headlining in Estonia, in Europe. I'm traveling all over the world doing stand-up comedy. And that motherfucker's doing my dishes at Laugh Factory. Suck a dick. And I know you know what I'm talking about. So does everybody else. And I don't give a fuck.
I'm going to need to know that name when we get off.
Can you name drop?
Huh?
No, you don't
no, because I don't want him to
you shine
ever.
light.
Wait, we're not gonna get into that. We'll talk about it afterwards, man. Because
if you here's the thing, I say that because it's funny. But if you asked me about this dude and you said his name, I would go, "Who the fuck are you talking about?" You don't get any of my energy. It's just a funny story to tell, and then now that's mine.
No, real shit.
You got any shows coming up in Chicago?
Yeah, man, I run a monthly show at Laugh Factory called Sorry for Killing. Y'all should come out, man.
Of course. When's the next one?
It's March 23rd this month. It's typically the third Thursday of every month. I like doing it on a Thursday. I get a lot of people out that are like, that's the night. It seems like a lot of people are trying to like
March 23rd. I'm in town.
We got March 23rd. After that, we got 420. We're doing April 20th.
Nice.
Man, we have a good time. I host it. I rarely get to host anymore, so it's a lot of fun to host that. I just get to do 15 minutes of crowd work and fucking with my audience right up out the gate. Me and my best friend since I was 13 years old run that together, Corey Wagner, and it's a different vibe, man. And a lot of people will say there's a lot of shows at Laugh Factory we can go to. I challenge you to come to a Sorry for Killing show and tell me it's anything similar to what you see there.
Bro, I'm
it's
there.
Very fun show.
Lock it in, Ruben.
Hey, how do we submit to that, bro?
Pull up the 23rd. If y'all come the 23rd, shoot me a message on the Sorry for Killing Instagram.
Okay.
At Sorry for Killing Comedy. Shoot me a message on there. We're booked out right now through the end of May, but we're booking for summer now.
Okay, bet, bro.
Hell yeah.
I'll get you a clip, bro. But yeah, no,
send me that.
Well, dude, Zach, we might have to bring him back, bro. That hour, I've never done an hour. This is why we have a fucking timer, because we'll get lost.
Hell yeah.
We'll get lost.
This is fun, man. This is great.
We definitely got to bring you back and just shoot the shit, man. Honestly, just shoot the shit. I think you dropped a lot of fucking gems that a lot of people need to hear it, because you're also just preaching it from a comedian's perspective and someone that had it all and just said, you know what, let me pivot.
Yeah.
Because most people that we come across are people that came from nothing and built something. You built something, jumped off, and build something else.
You know what it is too? Just to call it back, it's my ability to remain a student, my desire to remain a student. And when you remain a student, it's hard to feel like you got it all. I had it all. I think I thought I had it all because I wasn't paying attention to anything other than what I thought success was based on other people's opinions of success.
Yeah.
And when I became a student and started learning about myself and realizing what I actually thought success was, I realized that this is success for somebody else, but it's not necessarily success for me. So burning it down, letting myself go to ground zero, letting myself hit rock bottom, it felt almost like I'm on the ride, bro. These bumps, this means I'm on the ride.
Now you're living.
And now there's no safety net. I don't have family like that. I don't have, when I moved, I have no supporters. Every fan I've ever generated through stand-up comedy has been a direct result. When I moved to Chicago, I knew 2 people. There's no family here. There's no pre-existing friends. Ground zero. So I had to hit the ground running. I had to be true to myself, and I had to commit. And when I felt those bumps down at rock bottom, I went, yeah, ain't no turning back now. because I done told everybody.
Yeah, nah, dude. And then your energy is fucking great, bro.
The challenge is this, man. You take one action item from this. If you really, really care about something, dude, if you really, really feel it, dip your toe in the water. Ooh, feels good. That's my temperature. Go to rock bottom. To go to both ends of the safety net. Cut them bitches off. I took my 401k out. I invested it all into ads, into shows, and everything. Fuck it all. Because if it doesn't financially work out for you right now, it will feed so much nutrients into your soul that it will create this beautiful, true, real version of yourself that eventually is so undeniable, the money and the collaborations will come in.
Yeah.
Yes, bro. And I preach that shit all the time, bro. Don't chase money, man. Just do what you love, and everything
money.
will come with. But you just put it in some crazy words. Like I said, we could keep going and going. But guys, definitely Ruben, you're the man. You're two for two.
Ah, yes, sir.
You know,
Who's first, Vic?
Vic Pania.
Yeah, Vic Pandya.
VP, are you with me?
I said Vic Pania again. Vic Pania. My bad, Vic.
He's like Vic Pena, bro.
Pontiac. I got broads in Atlanta.
So he was like, "Yo, I'm bringing my dude Zach. How is he?" He's like, you know, like Vic, but crazy, like better. I was like, oh shit, and I like Vic. Vic was awesome.
Vic will tell you I'm crazy.
Yeah, Vic was dope. So
What did Vic Pondia wear here?
Exactly what you think he'd probably
Vic
wear. A bomber jacket with motherfucking.
Did he have a goat
clean
shirt?
He had a no. He didn't have the goat shirt. He had the Chicago Bulls bomber jacket.
But what shirt did he have under?
I think he just had like a plain black one or something.
As barbers, how tight was that part?
Oh, so tight.
I knew Vic had a tight part.
He promoted his new comb, which is like a business card.
Yeah. Yeah, bro.
Vic Pondi's got a hair comb business.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Vic. You goddamn fuck you. Are you kidding me? No, I'm taking back everything I said about comedians with merch. Fuck that. I love you, Vic Pondia. I'm gonna have to give me a hair comb from Vic Pondia and then call him right after with the number.
He pulled it out. And he was like, yeah, you know.
Bro, smart ass drop, dude. I swear to God.
Oh, I can't stand that motherfucker.
You're like, you fucking do 10 rooms in a day looking motherfucker.
Bro, I love that dude to death.
One of the hardest working motherfuckers I know, bro.
sure.
Man.
But all right, guys, we have a lot to catch up after once we cut the cameras off. But hey, stay tuned for the next one. In the cut episode 9, if I'm not mistaken.
Ooh.
All right, guys, let's go.
USA Dream
Salute.
Team Jordan's number.
Yes,